I'm outside, I thought. We'll start the weekly vlog outside, I thought. Didn't really think about the sun. What I really wanted you to see was, look, there's blossom on the tree. Oh, that makes me so happy. Look at that against the blue sky. Is that not the most glorious sign of spring ever? Honestly, the joy I get from that is lovely. Today is the first day where spring has been in the air. It's warm, it's properly warm. I mean, not like boiling, but it's properly warm. Let me just get out of that sun so I can actually see you. Well, I can't see you, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's properly warm. The sun is shining. It's the first day the sun has been shining for, oh God, it feels like forever. It rained and rained and rained last week. It was half term as well. I feel so sorry for all the poor parents with young children. But yeah, it's just been horrible weather, and it really feels today like spring is in the air. So it's got a spring in my step, let me tell you. It's about 1 o'clock and I've just stopped work. I've done my eBay listings for today up till Wednesday. I've been out for a walk this morning. I did my mile on the treadmill first thing as well. I've been to drop off my parcels. Tesco shopping came yesterday, so I don't need to go shopping this week, so that's good. Or I don't need to go shopping today for anything for dinner today, because I've got dinner for the next. Actually, I've ordered HelloFresh. I saw a really good discount code for HelloFresh for not sponsored, because I know a lot of people do sponsors with them, HelloFresh, but it was all with our own money. There was a 50% off your first box and then 35% off your next 3 boxes. And I just thought it would be a really good idea to try it for, just for a change, you know, for rather than thinking of things to cook all the time. So yeah, that's coming on Thursday, so I'm looking forward to that coming. What else have I got to tell you? The weekend was quite nice. Came back from my parents on Saturday and didn't do much. What did Ashley and I do? We were going to go out for a walk yesterday, but it rained, so we didn't. Did a few things around the house. I had to film a video yesterday, so the first half of yesterday was work, really. But yeah, anyway, sun's shining. I think it's going to be a good week. This pile here is all of my jumpers and cardigans. I've decided to, I talked about doing this last week and never got round to it. But yeah, I've decided to go through them all and give them a good sort out. Feels like a good day to do that when it's sunny and spring feels like it's on the way. So yeah, I'm going to sort through these and see what I can get rid of or what I haven't worn and all of that stuff. This cardigan I haven't worn. It's still got the tags on. It was from Asda last year. I like it. The reason I haven't worn it is because I bought it as just a very lightweight wrap on holiday on a chilly evening, you know, when it's just that little bit too cold, you need something over your summer dress or your jumpsuit or whatever, and I thought being white it would be ideal for that, and I still think that, so despite the fact I haven't worn it, that'll be because I've been nowhere. Yes, I'm going to keep that one. This one I haven't worn all winter. I think it's because I don't like the ties at the side. There's got to be a reason for it, hasn't there, that I haven't worn it. I'm feeling like, oh, I've hardly worn it, I should not get rid of it, but I haven't worn it, I haven't picked it out, it's been sitting there in the cupboard, so time to move it on, I think. This is from Peruna, and I've literally never worn it. I actually really like it. It's got this sort of, what's this called? There's a word for it, and I can't think what it is, not zigzag. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So it's sort of patterned, and I don't think yellow is my best colour. I don't think yellow does a lot for me, but I love yellow as a colour. And it's not quite mustard, this one, is it? It's a bit more yellow than mustard. I actually really like this. I don't know why I've never worn it. Definitely going to put this one back in the wardrobe. This one's a dilemma. I really like this. Every time I put it on, I feel like I really like it, but I just don't have anything that it goes over. It's a really weird sleeve length. It's sort of almost, it's just on the elbow, so it's not a 3/4 sleeve. I like the drapiness of it. I don't tend to wear tops tucked in like this, because this is a camisole that I wear under my clothes. So having some, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to go with anything I've got, but I really like it and I don't want to get rid of it. I'm having a dilemma about this one. It's been in my wardrobe years and I haven't really worn it, so I'm feeling like I ought to let it go. Well, that's a good job done. It didn't take me too long, not too long at all. I have popped a couple in the wash that need a wash, and I've got 3 here to sell and 2 to dump. This one is a Primark cardigan of dreams, and it's broken along the seam and has gone bobbly. And this one, I can't remember where that's from. It's probably, yeah, that's Primark as well. But as you can see, it has gone very, very bobbly and is a little bit discoloured around the neck. I bought a similar one to that grey one, also in grey, back end of last year, in the autumn last year. So the grey one is sort of surplus to requirements anyway. So I don't know what to do with those, because I always have this dilemma. They're not good enough to go to a charity shop, but can I put them in a clothing bank? Would they go to, you know, would someone have need of them in the third world, or would they be repurposed for something else? Or I don't know, I don't like putting anything in the dustbin really, but equally I don't want to offend anybody by putting something that ought to go in the dustbin elsewhere. What would you do with stuff like that? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Quite interested to know. Well, Boris has spoken, and effectively another 3 months of lockdown pretty much, till cafes and pubs and hotels can properly open. I'm not surprised, but that's another 11 or 12 weeks, isn't it, till the 17th of May? Maybe 11 weeks. Considering we've only done 7 so far. I mean, I know restrictions are easing a little bit before then, but my goodness me, it feels like a long, long time. But it is what it is, isn't it? So that's what I feel like about it. It's not a word, it's just a I've got all that lot to show you at some point. Am I showing you it? Yes, that lot, which is a Cherries haul. I think I might save that for tomorrow, because I don't really feel like going through it all and putting it all away now, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm going to go and start getting the ingredients out for dinner tonight. I'm doing a, can't remember what it's called. Let's go and look in the recipe book. So this is what I'm making for dinner. Red wine mushroom casserole with a cheese cobbler topping. Not made it before. It is in one of my favourite cookbooks, as you know, the Green Roasting Tin, which I will link below, which is probably my most used cookbook. It's all vegetarian and vegan recipes, all sort of one pot stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Right, let's make a start. And here it is, all ready to go into the oven later. Mixed garlicky mushrooms with rosemary and onions in there. These are the little cheese scones that go on the top. A little bit of cheese to go onto the top once they're baked. Some red wine, that's a corn flour and red wine mixture to thicken it up. Stock ready to be made. Egg wash, brush, all good to go. Feeling super organised this evening. I forgot to just show you when it was in the serving dish, but it smells amazing. Good morning, it's Tuesday. How are we all doing? Which mug do I want this morning? Important decisions of the day. This one, I think. That one's featured quite a lot in February, hasn't it? Must be the heart subliminally making me celebrate Valentine's Day, even though I don't celebrate it. I was going to show you the remains of last night's dinner. That recipe was for 2 people. It was a very generous recipe. There's enough left there for a very nice lunch later in the week. It was delicious. If you like things like steak and kidney pie, with suet pastry or stewed dumplings. It was very reminiscent of that, but in a vegetarian, lighter fashion. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Ashley really liked it as well. The only thing was I reckon it needed more corn flour as the sauce was still not quite thick enough. Let me pop you up on the coffee shelf. Yeah, so that went down well. What did we watch last night? We watched an episode of Below Deck Mediterranean, and then we watched an episode of Snowpiercer on Netflix. That's what I'm watching with Ashley at the moment. I think he's more invested in Snowpiercer than me. It's more a boy thing, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just about to make myself a cup of coffee and then film a travel video. Long time since we filmed a travel video, let me tell you, isn't it? But yes, that's what I'm doing this morning. And then I think I'm going to get out for my walk. It's looking a bit grey, so I'm going to go and do that early. And no massive plans other than getting that video sorted for today, really. I am glad I went out for my walk this morning. It is looking very bleak and unpleasant out there now. So, I finally unpacked my Cherries haul. For those of you who don't know who Cherries are, they are an online pound shop type of website, app. It's an app actually. An online Poundland, pound shop type of app. They're very useful. Just to be clear, I was sent a voucher to buy this, so I didn't pay with my own money, but this is not sponsored in any way. I'm just going to show you what I got. I also thought it would be fun to show you. When they sent me the voucher, I asked my niece if she would like to choose some things. She's 16, and I asked her to pick out a few things for herself, which I will show you. And the reason I did this was because, A, it's a nice thing to do, isn't it? Because everybody's bored rigid because it's lockdown. And B, I thought it is quite a good way to send your kids or your grandchildren, if they're not with you or you can't see them, a fairly inexpensive gift, like a little gift box hamper thing. And I thought it would be interesting for you to see what Sophie picked out when left to her own devices. Now, I mean, it'd be a nice thing to do for anyone, but I had a teenage girl in mind when I was thinking about doing it, and I'm going to pack these bits and pieces up into a nice box for her. So let me show you what Sophie chose. Then I will also ask my mum if she would like anything. I'll show you what she chose as well. I'm sure she won't mind. And then I'll show you what I chose. So Sophie's picks were these ones. She started off with some good size micellar water from Simple. I'm not going to tell you prices of everything. Everything is sort of pound shoppy type prices. It's £1, £2, £3. So I'll just show you the things. Also, they change their stock quite often, like all pound shops do. So yeah, so she started off with the micellar water. Then we've got a strawberry Love Hearts reed diffuser. That sounds nice, doesn't it? I kind of wanted one of those myself when I saw it. So a 5-pack of salt and vinegar fish and chips snacks. Excellent. Some nose paw strips. I kind of like these still as well. They're rather satisfying. Not sure they're that good for your skin, but they are satisfying. Some Clearasil face wash, a candle, girl after my own heart there, the elderflower prosecco, that is. I've just had a sniff of that and it's lovely. Some strawberry pencils, sweetie type pencils, the squishy ones. I like those as well. Good taste, my niece has. And a makeup remover cloth. In fact, it's a pack of 2 makeup remover cloths, a black and a pink there, the sort of microfiber type ones. So those were Sophie's picks, which I'm going to pack up into a box for her. Just thought it would be a really inexpensive way of doing Mother's Day as well if you're not looking to spend a lot of money. They've got all sorts of stuff which would be suitable for a Mother's Day type hamper. So that's a thought as well. Anyway, let's have a quick look at what my mum chose. She got this bin, which was very good value. I think it was £1.75 and came in various colours. Some washing machine cleaner. Some Imperial Leather shower gel. Arctic, Ocean, Icelandic and moss. Wagon wheels. I think they're for my dad. And this is hilarious actually. She ordered 2 of these tablet things. Now, the weekly tablet things. I use one as well. I find them very useful, and in fact I ordered one of those as well, but this is my everyday one that I use. I'm just going to put this next to the ones that have arrived so you can see. This is like a normal size that you would expect, type 1, and that is how big these ones are. I think they're for horses' pills or something, I don't know. But yeah, they're hilariously large. On the plus side, my dad will be able to see, he doesn't know what day of the week it is, but he will be able to clearly see which day is which on there. So yeah, that made me giggle. My mum also ordered some whispers, they'll be for my dad as well. And some cotton wool, always useful to have cotton wool, and a measuring jug. Again, I think this came in various different colours. That's the grey one. Right, I'm just going to pop these away and I'll show you what I got. Right, here is my little haul. Big haul, quite big haul. Ritz biscuits. Ashley really likes these. He has those with his cheese if he's having cheese and crackers after dinner. So those are for him. This jalfrezi spice paste, I use curry paste quite a lot if I can't be bothered to make my own curry paste when I'm doing a curry. Patax is such a good blend. I buy a good brand. Sorry, can't speak. These are good. I use these a lot in salads, the little cherry peppers in vinegar and the roasted red peppers. These are like £2 or £3, £2.50 or £3 when I buy them in the supermarket. This was £1, such a bargain. I was very impressed by that. And then that's just the little cherry ones. Lloyd Grossman. I haven't bought a Lloyd Grossman sauce for years, but we used to like this tomato and chilli one. I think I used to add bacon into it, or chorizo or something. Not all the time, but sometimes it's a good base if you can't be bothered to make a basic tomato sauce as well. So I got that one as well. Then I've got Caramac. These are 170 calories per bar, so quite naughty. But I love Caramac. Caramac is probably one of my top 3 sweet treats, I would say. Skinny Whip bar. Love these strawberry ones. That's for Ashley, the salted caramel Galaxy. He's very fond of Galaxy. And he likes all the new flavoured ones that have come out. These are good. These are only 38 calories per wafer. And just give you a little sweet hit. That's nice. Haven't tried these Skinny Crunch ones. These are the chocolate orange snack bars. Apparently less than 75 calories. That's really good, isn't it? I've got a couple of packets of this Beanies coffee. I'll probably save those for Will. He likes those to take back to uni at some point. If he comes back at Easter, he can take those back for next term. And I got these. Thought these sounded interesting. Flavoured herbal fruit tea, Manuka honey with cranberry and ginger. I've not tried them before or even heard of the brand, but I thought I'd try. There's 20 tea bags in there. Then they've got some of these Skinny Food Co. Things in, which was of great interest to me, of course. 0 calorie garlic mayo, 0 calorie salted caramel flavour syrup, and virtually 0 sweet chilli sauce. I haven't tried these before, so they are all new to me. So I'll report back once I've tried them. A couple of Link shower gels, and an Imperial Leather Cotton Clouds White and Cashmere shower cream. That sounds nice, doesn't it? I often say cashmere is quite a thing that I see quite often in bath and body products now. What does cashmere smell like? Because wet wool doesn't smell particularly nice, does it? So I find it quite odd that they say they use cashmere as a selling point in terms of a fragrance. Let's just smell it. It smells perfectly pleasant, not particularly exciting. But yeah, wet wool doesn't smell nice. Colgate Sensitive toothpaste. That's for me because I've got very sensitive teeth at the moment. God knows why. Cotton pads for me, like my mum had. Dishwasher cleaner, one of these ridiculously large horse pill holders. God knows what. This I got because, again, I need to show you this. When I dry my wine glasses in here upside down, I so often knock them over and smash them. It's not good at all. Hence I've got a wine glass drying up there. Ashley's from last night, not mine. I don't drink during the week anymore. So I got this drying mat for the very purpose of drying my wine glasses on without them falling all over the place. Thought that would be useful. Tile and grout super scrubber. I've got some really grubby grout on the tiles around my basin, so I'm going to give that a go to see if I can improve those. Some little tea light, flickering tea light candles, LED flickering tea light candles. I thought they'd be nice in the summer when we're sitting outside of an evening, just in a little tea light holder, or even in the house really. I don't know why they'd have to be outside, but that's what I thought of. This, I'm guessing, is the Poundland or Cherries version of what are those highly expensive things? Lenore, I think, make them. This sort of thing, anyway. You know, scented ball things. It will come to me shortly, I'm sure. In-wash scent booster. So these are in fuchsia and pearls. They had a few different fragrances, and they're much smaller, obviously, but much cheaper than the Lenore. I think it's Lenore ones. So I thought I'd try those out. 3 Yankee Candle little. Oh God, I've lost the ability to speak. Wax melts. They are in Alfresco Afternoon, Tropical Jungle, and Sun-Drenched Apricot Rose. Thought they sounded lovely. I got 2 packets of car air fresheners. I will probably give those ones to Will and keep those for me. And I got some little glitter eggs. Those are for my Easter tree. And then finally I got cup measurements and spoon measurements. Always useful. Haven't actually got spoon measurers, so I thought that would be good to have. I have got cup measurers, but I can remember I haven't got all of my cup measures. Weirdly, one of them has gone missing. God knows where that's gone to. But yeah, cups and spoon measurements. So that, oh, finally, a pair of storage baskets. It was £2.50 for those 2. That's the only price I've told you, isn't it? £2.50 for those 2. Always useful for various storage activities around the house. In almost every room I think I have those storage baskets. Right, I guess I better go and put these away. I do have a discount code for Cherries. If you haven't ordered from them before, there's 20% off your first order. I'll put all the information in the description box. And the code is only valid on the app rather than on the desktop site. I'll put a link for downloading the app as well. So thank you to Cherries for that. And yeah, that's it for now. Let me tell you a little story. A little rather disturbing story. This morning when I finished my walk, I looked at my phone and I had a Facebook message on Messenger. Not unusual, you would think. Not unusual at all, a daily occurrence. This message, what was more unusual was that this message was from somebody who I don't think I've ever messaged with before. Somebody who I haven't seen for years and years. Somebody who used to work for Ashley. That was why I was Facebook friends with him. I don't scroll through my personal Facebook feed an awful lot these days, and I probably ought to get rid of some of these people. But yeah, he worked for Ashley about, I'm wanting to say like 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that. We certainly weren't friends in any friendly sense of the word. Other than that, we had no social contact ever, other than the fact he worked for Ashley and he came to social events that were involved with the business. So imagine my surprise when I receive an email from him this morning, a text, a message saying, "Hi Caroline, I see you are booked to take your shot tomorrow," in referring to my COVID vaccine. "Here's another take on these experimental shots you won't get from the mainstream media or Boris simply because they're making a mint out of this." And then he sends me a link, which I haven't clicked on because I don't want to see it, to a website called offguardian.org and some article about why COVID vaccines are bad for you, blah, blah, blah. I haven't clicked on it. But I have just looked up the website that on a Media Buyers Fact Check website because I was interested to see what level of conspiracy theory type website it is. And from mild, moderate, strong or tinfoil hat, they have rated it strong with the conspiracy level, a moderate for pseudoscience level, and mixed for factual reporting. So the very best is questionable. However, my point is, how can it be okay for this person who's barely an acquaintance and not someone I've exchanged any sort of contact with for the last decade, how is it okay for him to message me? And how does he think that's okay to message someone and question their views on taking an injection? It's just bizarre. Would he do the same if I was going for a smear test and I posted that on Facebook? I mean, obviously I wouldn't post that on Facebook. Would he do the same if I was having my appendix out? It's just beyond belief. As I've always said, I absolutely am happy for anybody to have the jab or not have the jab, whatever they see fit. You know, you do you, as they say. You know, I don't have any strong opinions about if someone chooses not to have the jab, that's absolutely their prerogative and nothing to do with me. But I just thought it was such an invasion of my privacy. So I replied to him, "Hi John, I'm not sure what makes you imagine that as an adult of at least average intelligence, I am unable to make up my own mind whether or not to have the vaccine without your input. The fact you even sent this message to someone who's barely even an acquaintance of yours is so inappropriate, I can't even begin to fathom what was going through your mind. You do you, as they say, and I will do me. I hope you're keeping well." He then goes on to say, "Just trying to warn an old friend about what is happening, Caroline." I'm not an old friend of hers. "I know people who have been seriously ill about having this after having this so-called vaccine." I mean, simply, I haven't responded anymore. That's the end of the conversation as far as I'm concerned. But that is quite a worrying thing. For myself, I have no qualms about getting the vaccine whatsoever. I'm very happy with my decision to get it. I will be rushing into that vaccination centre tomorrow with my arm held forward, no problem at all. It'll be the happiest I've ever had been to have a needle put in me. But I feel like it's very wrong for someone to assume that it's okay to contact someone in that way. And yeah, I'm gobsmacked by the fact that anybody would think that's okay. Too many people with too much bloody time on their hands at the moment, isn't there? And as I say, if your choice is not to get the vaccine, you do you. I don't have a problem with it at all. But don't be inboxing me with your nonsense. Really? I have just had my jab. It's Wednesday morning and I'm sitting right in the corner so I can film myself without many people looking at me, of the room that you sit in afterwards. And sit here for 15 minutes because I had the Pfizer jab. So this is what's going on here. I am jabbed. 15 minutes is up. I'm all done. Going back to the car. It was very efficient and seamless and well organised. It's very windy as well, so you probably can't hear me very well. Well, it's getting on for 3 o'clock and I haven't dropped dead of having the COVID vaccine yet, so that's good, isn't it? All good news there. I'm having one of those low energy, bored type of days today, so I'm trying to just go with it rather than beating myself up for not doing too much. Although I have actually done quite a bit, really. Done some laundry, done some ironing, listed a few bits of my own stuff on eBay that I was getting rid of, and I've just given this doorbell a good clean. This is a 1970s doorbell. Friedland is the brand. And it was in our original front door, or not, it was our original front doorbell when we moved into this house. And I was going to sell it on eBay. Hang on, let me pop you down and I can show you. Actually, I don't need to show you the workings of the doorbell. You probably won't be that interested. I can't get the middle bit out now. But if I do that, there we are, it's doing its dingy thing. It has to be connected to the electric, but it's got that real 70s mid-century vibe about it. Decided I'm going to keep it because we might use it when we have the new entrance built downstairs. See what I did there? Segueing from talking about the new entrance into the fact that we've just had a build around to quote us for the front entrance, the rebuild of the balcony and the kitchen. He thinks it's going to be about 15 weeks work, which fills me with joy. Not. Actually, it's not too bad because the majority of the work out here and the new front entrance will be outside, and the work on the kitchen will be less than half of that. So, and the rebuild of the wall in here and the putting in the kitchen door and all that, yada yada. He was a really nice guy, actually. I really liked him. Both Ashley and I really liked him, and he turned up early. Shock horror, all the builders I deal with are either late or don't turn up at all. But no, I generalise, obviously. But yeah, he was a really nice guy. He's going to get us a quote in the next week or so for all of that. I think it's going to be expensive. I don't doubt it's going to be expensive. But yeah, so that felt good to have him round and get, you know, first step on the road to getting the plans into reality. And once we've done that, that would be, realistically, we could possibly get it done this year. He's booked up until July time. So it would probably be the back end of the year, summer, or the back end of the year by the time it's done. Good morning, it's Thursday. Early walk. Well, I say early, it's 8:30. Had a bit of a lie-in this morning, didn't fancy getting on the treadmill at the crack of dawn, so sat in bed looking at holidays to Greece. We still haven't moved this thing that's across this log that's fallen down. Been about 2 weeks now, I think. But yeah, no ill effects still from my jab, just a bit of an achy arm. Like if something knocks it, it feels like it's got a bruise on, but that's all. I love how peaceful it is here at this time of the morning. I think the ducks think I should have some bread, but when I bring them bread, they're not that interested in it, so weird. Two cheeky little squirrels eating the bird food off the bench and the little post there. If you're wondering what the plaque is, it is a poem by Ted Hughes. There is a poetry trail all around the lake walk with various poems and sayings and things. Here come the Swan family. Oh, look at this little duck here asleep. Bless his heart. I'll walk away from you, duck, so you don't have to wake up. I love this family of swans. They're so lovely. They're always together, or almost always together. HelloFresh has just arrived. Let's have a look what's in the box. Not sponsored, by the way. So I've ordered 3 meals and they come in labelled bags, each one, with the numbers that correspond to the numbers on here. So we've got Prince Harry's chicken pie with mushrooms and carrots. I've no idea why it's Prince Harry's, but it looked quite nice, so I thought we'd give that a go. Warm Mediterranean vegetable and chorizo pasta salad with feta. That sounds very much up our street. And mango chutney glazed chicken wraps with spiced pepper and potato wedges. That also sounds extremely nice. So as well as the 3 bags with the food in, you get some chilled item. There was a random garlic at the bottom of the box, and these items are in the sort of chilled section, which comes in this packaging. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. I think we're going to have Prince Harry's chicken pie tonight. I gave Ashley the choice of all 3 and he said this was the one he wanted. So I will show you what that looks like when we make it. And in the meantime, I'm going to put this lot away. It's another gloriously sunny. Sorry, I haven't put any makeup on today. I just didn't get round to it. I don't really know why. Gloriously sunny spring-like day. It's not quite warm enough to sit outside, but I think it will be in the next week or 2. If it carries on this way. Yeah, it's just lovely. The birds are tweeting and the sun is shining, and I saw the first daffodil. We don't have many daffodils in our garden. In fact, I was saying to Ashley the other day, I'd really like to plant this is going to be a hedge all down here. It was a hedge. It's a very prickly, unpleasant plant. It wouldn't be one that we've chosen, but he's cut it all right back to the very bottom, hoping that it will grow upwards rather than outwards this time. But I'd really like to plant daffodils along that bed. I don't know if there's enough soil to pop daffodil bulbs in. That I might do. Obviously too late for this year, but maybe for next year, because I think that might be quite nice with them all coming up in the, you know, in the springtime. A bit of colour come up the drive. I think that would be nice. Anyway, there is one rogue daffodil just down there, look, and it's about to flower, which is nice. Good morning, it's Friday. How are we all doing? End of the week. We've got through another week and the sun is shining. It was frosty this morning, but the sun is shining. It's going to be a beautiful day. I need to go out. I've got to do post office, UPS drop off, Hermes shop. What is this? Oh, it's my brother texting me. And Kirsten texted me all in one go. Look, it's a social mecca on my phone. This literally contains our social life these days, doesn't it? So, yeah, that's where my social life now lives in my phone. What was I saying? Yeah, I was going to meet my friend for a walk this morning, and unfortunately she's just texted and said that her husband has had a positive COVID test, so they are now in self-isolation, so that's not happening. He's okay, he feels like he's just got a bug, but nasty. He works away, he works on building sites, and there have been some cases of COVID on the site that he was working on, and he felt a bit rubbish, and so he went and got a test, and yes, it's a positive one, so that's a worry. I hope he's feeling better soon. Anyway, this morning I am first of all going to Tesco. Oh, I know what, I forgot to show you the Prince Harry's chicken pie last night. It was absolutely delicious. It was so nice. Really enjoyed it. Yes, and Ashley enjoyed it a lot as well. The only thing it was missing was a green vegetable to go with it, so we cooked some vegetables separately. I felt like they could have provided something, as it's meant to be like a whole meal. Felt like it did need some veggies on the side, but yeah, very impressed with the actual meal. Very tasty, instructions were clear, all good. Yeah, so this morning, going to Tesco's to get some bits, a couple of bits that I need for dinner tonight. We're not having HelloFresh tonight. We're going to save the other 2 meals for Monday, Tuesday next week. And I need to drop off to the parcels to the UPS drop off, the post office and the Hermes shop, and I need to go to the bank. Action-packed day, an absolutely action-packed day here, and I want to get started on editing the weekly vlog. That's sort of my plan for today, and it's so glorious that I'm thinking I might be able to sit outside for a little while at lunchtime. I'm going to find some of the outside chairs. I don't know where they've been packed away to, but I need to yeah, go and look for those. Anyway, I'm going to write my shopping list and catch up with you again later. It's about 11:30. I've just got home. Actually, it's about 11:15. Not that you care which it is, because it's irrelevant, isn't it? God, it's such a lovely day. Do you know, we just don't realise how much, in my opinion, we just don't realise how much we crave and miss social contact. But I decided to, because it's such a glorious day, I parked in Ashley's car park, and because my parcels weren't heavy, I decided to walk right up to the other end of town where I dropped my parcels off. And so I walked all the way through town, and I bumped into a friend who I haven't seen since before Christmas. Well, most of us haven't seen most of our friends since before Christmas, have we? Just opened the door in the office because it's so lovely. And we got a takeaway coffee, and we went and stood in Ashley's car park on one side each and chatted to each other, and it was just lovely. Standing in the sunshine, talking to a friend, catching up. It was just absolutely lovely. I can't tell you how nice it was to do that. I just enjoyed it so much, and I've come home and I just feel invigorated by a little tiny bit of social contact. Honestly, it was just delightful. I cannot tell you how enjoyable that was. It's amazing, isn't it? really what a difference it makes. Well, here we are at the end of another week. I've just put some eye drops in my eye because I've got a very runny eye. So if it looks red, that's why. I was wanting to say, what have I done with my glasses? Once again, I do not know. Yes, we've come to the end of another week. Thank you very much for spending the week with me. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'll be back next week with... We've got monthly favourites next week and also low-calorie sweet treats. So I'll see you for that. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.